Welcome back to another episode of The Doors That We Have Opened. I'm Blake McKay.
And I'm Bethany McKay.
And we are honored that you are joining with us as we talk about real estate and life and faith and family. And today, before we get into that, we are super happy that you are with us. But if you wanted to see more of us, Bethany, where could they find you?
On Instagram at Nashville Top Realtor.
IG Nashville Top Realtor. I piggyback off of everything, so if you want more of me, just head over there. Additionally, we are doing a TV show. We are super excited about being the host of the American Dream TV Network's Nashville Next Door. And this is a awesome TV show that we are starting. Our pilot episode is coming out soon. Stay tuned for that, where we're going to be showcasing some of the beautiful properties, amazing people, and lifestyle in and around Nashville. And it's going to be streaming on Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV. YouTube is the biggest platform. It's also going to be picked up by HGTV and the Travel Channel. So stay tuned for that and join us as we highlight some really cool spots and people around this area. And we could not be here today without the amazing work of our videographer and social media director, Mitch. Mitch, where can people find you at?
You can find us at City Limits Studios on all social media, and our social media company is Clutch Socials.
Yeah, I cannot say enough good things about Mitch and his team here at Clutch Media. They have helped us with all of the things. So if you have help of a social media director or videographer, he does a lot of cool stuff with podcasts and music videos. So if you can think it or dream it, he can help you build it. So check him out. So today's episode, we are calling the Door of Transformation, how we serve beyond the sale.
Yeah.
And of course, our title is in some states, it's not real estate affiliate broker. Sometimes the title is real estate salesperson or real estate sales agent. So our role has to do with the buying and selling of real estate and the transfer of money. And of course, we receive a commission for that, but we do a ton before and after that is probably more important, or at least equally important, to getting to the closing table. And today we wanted to talk about some of the ways that we serve and the ways that we are passionate about doing the most good for our clients and for the people around us in our industry. So as I was thinking about this, I think we should just start with the cool story of how we use real estate as the vehicle for greater service. And Bethany, do you think of a time when this is best illustrated, when someone came to us and they're like, here's the deal, and it involves a house, and we took it away and made a uncomfortable situation good, or a bad situation better, or a good situation great? What comes to mind when you think about these kind of things?
Well, there's so many things that go into that, because it's actually kind of metaphoric. I mean, in this sense of the doors we've opened, whenever we walk into a property or meet a client, and literally a lot of times we're meeting that person for the first time when that door opens and we walk in it. And we don't always know everybody's story up front, and everybody has a story. And so a lot of times, let's speak specifically on listing presentations. So somebody contacts us or refers us or gets into my Instagram, DMs me and says, hey, we want to sell our house. A lot of times we've never met this person before. Now, we do work with repeat clients all the time, but again, when we go into a listing presentation, how I kind of lead that conversation is, tell me a little bit more about yourself. Tell me your story. What's the situation here? And sometimes it's a great situation and they maybe have to sell because they're about to have a new baby and it's a wonderful season of life, or they are moving closer to family or starting a new job. But a lot of times it's not always a happy situation of why they may be selling. And so it is our job and our duty, just like our motto saying, we are in the business of transformation, not a transaction. It is about the transforming process that they go through with selling with us. So, I mean, one recently, story-wise, that I can think of is a widow walking into her house, and she needs to live closer to her children and or with her children because she can't afford her house. And her house needs a lot of repairs because her husband, who once upon a time took care of the house, is no longer there. And so maintenance has gone way down. And it's our job to come in. I mean, she was kind of frantic. I mean, you can speak to that. She was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to sell this house for less. I'm not going to be able to do these repairs. I don't know how to do repairs. I don't know anybody that does repairs. How am I even going to sell my house? And that's when we come in and we're like, look, we understand your situation, but we're not going to let you sell your house for less than what it's worth. So let us hold your hand. Furthermore, babysit contractor crews, get different people in there to help fix up your house so that we can sell it at a premium price. And that's exactly what we did. And she couldn't afford that. So either A, we fronted the bill on that situation, or B, and also in that case, the contractors we paid at closing, because we had such a good relationship with them, they knew that we were good for it. And so every transaction is so different, and treating that client as a human and taking care of them other than just trying to sell them like, hey, look at how good we are, you know, whatever. Like, no, we actually care about you as a person, and we know that you have a story, and we know that you need help. And so that is what we are all about, because it's also a ministry in a lot of regards. And then you can speak to the other one just recently, where the woman, was she 82 or 92? I forget. And we needed, she needed to get to Texas to be with her children.
Yeah. Yeah. So on this one, so I'm going to nerd out for a second where I talk about where my mind is when it comes to our level of service. I think of a lot of different films and a lot of different movies where
I don't know,
exceptional service has been shown. And honestly, I think of Batman movies where like everybody like Batman, yes. But really, I kind of geek out about Alfred's character. So Alfred is the butler. Alfred is kind of like the father figure for Batman and stuff like that. So everything Alfred does is in service of the main character, Batman. Like Alfred's off to the side. He's kind of quiet, but he takes care of the main character. And so when it comes to selling your house, like, this is your story. We're talking about some of the side quests and some of the background and stuff like that, things that we do to make the story happen. But I think of Alfred, like, who never does anything for himself except to serve. And there might be some other examples of people that have done that really well. But I think of that level of service as like, Master Bruce needs to eat. He needs to sleep. We need to patch him up. And I have this cool picture of doing that for when it comes to helping someone sell their home. Yeah. And so in this case that she was bringing up, wonderful, kind, elderly lady, and this was going to be a property that we actually acquired.
We ended up buying.
Yeah, we ended up buying it. And in working with her agent was very, very well prepared to do absolutely everything for her and give incredible service as well.
Yep.
And update the home, put in new flooring, do some other things. It was going to take the client time and money, and she was going to experience some discomfort when it came to opening up the house for regular viewings and showings.
And she didn't have the wherewithal for that.
And I was originally planning on using this home, if we were able to purchase it, as a place for my aging father to stay nearby. So I was able to come into the negotiation and say, hey, don't change the floor. I have a plan for that. Hey, you know what? Let's buy this before it goes live on the MLS so that you don't have to.
Because she needed speed.
Yeah, one, there's the speed of the transaction. It was like, I will pay you now. And two, you don't ever have to find a ride to take you somewhere or be in the uncomfortable situation where you have to be present in your home while strangers are walking in through it and viewing it.
Yeah.
And I was able to take away so much friction out of that process for her and give her all of the money that she needed for her next stage of life. Because she's going to be going into other living situations. She's going to have medical bills. And I was able to give her a big fat check to give her the ability to take care of all of her needs and then some in the future. So that's what we think about, is like solving problems when it comes to anything involving real estate. Obviously, we've been a part of some things where it's less than optimum circumstances. Many times. We've been in places where you might call the homeowners hoarders. And as terrible as their living conditions are, as soon as you step in through the door, there's just shame. There's just embarrassment. Like at some point they do recognize that what they're living in is not acceptable. And there's messes everywhere and stuff's broken down. And when you come into a place with grace and you're thinking about what they would be going through, you can say, listen, don't worry about the mess. We can fix all of this up. How would you like to give me your problem and I can pay you for the value of what's here, and you can go on and get a fresh start. So those are the kind of things that when you think about the service of the human on the other side as treating them as the main character, we've been able to do some really cool things and help some amazing people and turn some stories around or turn some stories even better. And I mean, a lot of times too, with our relocation clients moving here because Nashville is migration place to be. And we've helped a lot of people move here from out of state. And that too in itself of like moving, we know what moving is like because we've done it, I don't even know how many times, and done it with littles and kids, and it's no joke. And so we take serving our clients, no matter what stage of life they are in, as the main character and helping them through that. And it's funny because this morning you were talking to me and you're like, well, you're in sales. That's what you do. You sell things. You sell houses. And I say, no, I don't sell houses. I sell myself. And that sounds really weird, but literally when we are hired, they are hiring us and what we can do for them, not the house that they are buying. Yes, there is a transaction involved, but they are hiring us in the transformation process that we can take them through, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. And I mean, some real estate agents and salespeople might like cream me on that and be like, Bethany, like, no, you need to like figure out your sales. Trust me, I have a whole sales strategy of how I sell myself to that person and meeting them at their level and being able to talk their language and best serve them. It's funny, I probably one day will have to put into a small book or a handout or something about our process, because I do think it's different than a lot of real estate agents. Now, I can't say of one time, and there probably is one or two times when we've walked into a listing presentation and have not gotten it. We could probably count on one hand. Times. So and I think most recently it was because you talked him out of it.
Yeah. Well, that's different.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody where
it wasn't
where there, because when we made a clear expectation of the level of care, service, and how we treat this as our sacred responsibility to help guide them through the process. I cannot think of anyone once we've had that conversation, and they said thanks but no thanks.
Yeah.
So
other than us talking them out of it, because right now would not actually be a smart time for you to sell.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Yeah.
And I think they appreciate that. And actually, we're like that happens quite a few times when we look at their whole financial situation. We look at their goals and what they're going to be doing in the next year, 3 years, 5 years. Our job is not just to sell you on going onto the market or buying a house or doing an investment property. We look at it from a holistic standpoint of like the whole picture. And you're right, like this couple was going to sell with me and turn around and turn around and buy right away.
Yeah. Real talk. Both of the houses, the sale and the purchase,
we would have made like $40,000-$50,000 off of it.
Very
roughly.
Lucrative to serve them in the way that they thought they needed serving.
Yeah. And then when we got in the picture, I spent a couple of hours with them in phone conversations and looked at it, and I was like, you guys, this doesn't make sense. I wouldn't do this. So I can't tell you to do this if I wouldn't do it. Here's the steps. This is what it's going to take. If this is what you're thinking, let's reconvene once you've got these situations figured out. Because sometimes, I mean, we have clients that have contacted us a year ago that are finally, like just yesterday, I talked to them over a year ago and I said, it's not smart. It's not smart. And then they called me again yesterday, and now we're trying to figure out how in 6-7 months they can buy a new build. And so that's a long process. People don't realize, real estate agents, it's not, sometimes, yes, a transaction goes super well. You come in, you go out, it's live, and then it's under contract. But a lot of times it could be a year, 2-year, 3-year process before this person ever buys, sells, or invests with us. And it is all about like helping them through that transformation process of what real estate can do, and walking them away from something that could hinder them as well. So yeah. I think about this like all the time of who in the sales process serves me. You know, I have we have somebody that mows our grass. Yeah. And it's one thing to mow your own grass and have the satisfaction of that, but I love my mowing guy. He's so sweet.
Well, that's the thing.
He's like the best.
But like he served me. He served me. He mowed my lawn. Yes, I paid him. But like he took on all of the heat of the Tennessee summer.
Like, wow, Frankie, you go. It was like 103.
He
and
took
out
on
there.
all of the maintenance of his mowers and tractors. You know how many times a mower has broken down on us.
Oh, yeah.
And how frustrating it is that you can't cut your grass. Anyway, so he serves me and I pay him. Yeah. And it's so
But he also
rewarding.
goes like the extra mile for us, and it's like, hey, I can do this, and I can make this tree look pretty, and I can, whatever. And we're like, we just love you, Frankie.
Yeah. So he sold me on his level of service, and it's our hope and our intent that with all of our clients and customers, that you have a similar experience, similar rewarding experience from us coming alongside you, and helping you with the biggest financial decision of most of our clients and customers' lives. Yeah. Because we're talking about a transaction that's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, always. Yeah. Like name me one other thing where we're talking about that transfer of money in the hundreds of thousands of dollars in regular everyday people's lives is not usually happening. Now. But we do it, we love it, and we're happy to do it for you and anyone else who might be listening. So with all of these different stories and examples, we hope that you recognize that real estate is just the vehicle. Our real mission is to help clients walk through seasons of change with confidence and grace.
Amen.